Good morning, Rabboisai. Lilu Nishmasi Mimi Rossi Ruspas Mordechai. Today's share is sponsored by Avrumi Feld, Lilu Nishmas Avi Moiri Reb Moshe Ben Avraham Zechroinu Brocha. By Gershon Ben-Moshe, Refuah shelayma from Mלכה בתשבע bas Tamima Leah. I have here somewhere. I think I printed it. Maybe not. You know, it might be in one of these. Which one? Yeah. I just received a very long, I don't know if I printed it, there's so much. This new printer, Gershon. Okay, I guess I didn't print it. I can read it off my thing, but okay. Somebody has that. Basically, this girl, how old is this girl? She's 8 years old. She has a tumor right above her heart. And her father just wrote to the Olam that he's very appreciative that everybody's saying Tehillim. And he said that maybe we could do l'schus, this 8-year-old that has a tumor above her heart, we could do tefillah shebalev, dvarim shebalev, and work on tefillas to be makabel and be mechaven more at tefillah. And like this, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give her refuah shelayma, remove a tumor above the heart. Avada, the schus of the learning, but if everybody could be mikabel, it would be beautiful. This is from, hi, I hope all is well with you. My father's been learning with you via Torah anytime, from New York for a while now. He's been doing the Daf Yomi for years, and he has even completed Shas. I've been so inspired by my dad for making this daily commitment for so long now. But your shir has not only made him grow more, but has brought such happiness and funny stories to his day during this pandemic. I know it would make his month if you'd be able to get some sort of shout out during the shir, as I've heard you read the emails out loud. E. Ackerman. So, Rabbi Ackerman, your kid sends you a shout out. Great. And this one is by Morty Ness. He's spoken about this in the past, and he's on it again. As always, this shir is a top notch in its delivery, visuals, and ability to keep the daf enthusiasm going. I know you get many suggestions, yet I think the following one is very important. It's not a new idea. In fact, it's been suggested already since the inception of the daf, yet, for whatever reason, it never took hold. Everyone knows the daf cycle doesn't finish Shas. In fact, it only goes through about 2/3 of Shas. What a bummer. We thought we finished Shas. And he's just let us know that we're missing a whole third. The other third, the bulk of Mishnayos in Zeroim and Taharos are left undone. It seems to me that if anyone can fix this challenge, it would be the amazing MDY family. That includes you. If you want to be back on the team, you have to take this on. The in-house statistician, Reb David, can calculate exactly how many Mishnayos you would need, and the in-house singer could also... They're done each day to complete the entire Shas by the end of the day daf cycle. It's probably not more than 1 or 2 Mishnayos a day. Anyway, that's his suggestion. You like it? Yeah. So 1 or 2 Mishnayos, and we finished the entire Shas in 7.5 years. The Mishnayos can be presented, similar. I know that you have too much to do, so maybe somebody else could take it on, throw it on the YouTube. I could also do the Chumash here. No. After the Chumash here, we'll do this. You want to finish Shas. He's right. I know. Plus, consider all the extra sponsorships for Mordechai Ness. Rabbi Sai. I just want to show you real quickly. Reb David Hochhauser came to my house yesterday to deliver Shalach Manas, and in doing so, he made al-chaim with me. I also wanted to show you my new ceiling in my office. This is my ceiling in my office, if you want to see. That's Reb David Hochhauser. You see? Yeah. It's amazing. You said you noticed it from the Merkaz. We're going to bring, I did it in a way that we can bring it. Rabbi Isai, today we have one of the most colorful sugyas in Shas. Today's Daf Kuf Gimel. And we are discussing what happens this year. Yontif, it comes out on a Matzah Shabbos. So what happens is, you have to make Havdalah for Shabbos. And you also have to make Kiddush for Yontif. Besamim, we said, we'll take out of the picture. According to the Rashbam, it's a problem with Neshama Yisera, as we discussed yesterday. Taisa says if it's a problem with Neshama Yisera, so if you're losing your neshama, so how come after Yontif you don't make a Yomi Pesachim? You lost your neshama. Rashbam says you have a neshama Yisera going into Yontif. That's why you don't do Pesachim. So you should do Pesachim in Matzah Yontif. So therefore, Tais comes up with a pshat that no, you don't have a neshama Yisera on Yontif. But the reason why you don't make Pesachim is because we eat a lot. We have nice food and wine. So Mela, there's no. Okay, fine. So that Pesachim is out of the question. The question is, what order do you do it in? Is Kiddush first or Havdalah first? That is the main machlokes. Now, let me show you. Don't be shocked. This is amazing. Let me take a peek here. Ooh. This is the machlokes, right over here. And we expect everybody to know this Baal Peh by the time shir is over. So we have like this. Yayin, Kiddush, Ner, Havdalah. So let's take out the props for a second. You can look, see it over here. Maybe you'll get rid of this guy.
You're missing something on that chart.
Yeah, we'll go through it soon, and you shall see. Yeah, just move it and put it on the table. So we're going to go from this side to this side. Yeah, okay. Mendy, you're in charge of this. Yain. We got from David Holder a bottle of wine. What else do we have here? And I have this device that took a very long time to produce. That's going to go over here. What else? Oh. We have Kiddush. Kiddush. Chazrim. We have Kiddush. Otazoi. Kiddush. Not like I told Noam yesterday, this is Yain. This is Kiddush. Next, what do we have? Oh. We have Havdalah. This goes where? Over here. You're in charge of Havdalah. What are we missing here? Ner. Oh. Here's Ner. It's a schwache Ner. We're gonna make it more gewaltig. Otazoi. But this is my Ner. I have to admit, it's a little schwach. Tomorrow morning, 16 boxes of Ner is coming in the mail. Straight from New York, from Tzfat, the big one. I actually have a Rebbe, Ner. Listen, we're not done yet. Rabbi said, here you go. This is a very, very interesting sugya. Oh, you don't understand how many prototypes I went through to get to this. Otazeh. I don't know, is it too... No, we got to go like this. That's better. Okay. What we got? Gufa. Yontif Shechalu Yisachar Shabbos. So this year, Mamish, Shail, what do? You can pick one of these 8 cheetahs right over here. So the main machlokes is, what comes first? Shalom Aleichem, Rabbi Simcha Hochbrod. Weichbrod. What did I say? I was waiting for you for a couple of days. Few people told me that you used to be a caterer in New York. Is that true? Yeah. You came to Eretz Yisrael. This tzaddik right over here makes hundreds of meals for the needy, for Shabbos and Yontif. You should just know, we have tzaddikim in the crowd, so yishkoyach. And I also had the pleasure of having his son for Shabbos, my son's friend, so beautiful. All right. The main machlokes is, what comes first, Kiddush or Havdalah? Because we're at Motzei Shabbos, we have to say goodbye to Shabbos and welcome Yontif. What's more important? What comes first? You might want to welcome Yontif, Shalom Aleichem to Yontif, and not pretend that Shabbos is a burden, a masui, and kick it out. So first you do Kiddush, Shalom Aleichem, Kiddush. Or Shabbos is more important. It's the king. And when the king leaves, you have to baglate. How do you say baglate in English? You have to accompany the king. And Yontif is a less madrega. It's like the article calls it a duke. The Gemara says, I didn't know what the word is, duke. Fine. It's a little less. So Rav Omar Yakneh. First goes Yayin, Kiddush. Now, why Yayin? So this is a big part of it. And if you see over here, a lot say Yayin. These 3 Yayin, because Yayin is Tadr. This we drink all the time, so this comes first. Then comes Kiddush. Why? Because we're bringing in the new Kedusha. Before we kick out Shabbos, let's bring in the new Kedusha. And then comes ner. So Havdalah is last. Now always, in every Havdalah, ner comes before Havdalah. This is just the ben kodesh l'chol ben al-choshech and then the Brocha at the end. So ner comes first. Ushmul Amar. Havdalah comes before Kiddush. So this is the source. This is the big machlokes right over here. So therefore, Mendy, you have to move the ner and the Havdalah. And you have to get the Kiddush. You go over here. You know what? I'm just going to do it myself. You guys are a bunch of... Hold on. Ner. Here we go. Ner goes over here. Atazai. What's the svar over here? Because Yain comes first, it's Tadir. Havdalah comes first, the king is leaving. We gotta say goodbye to the king. And Ner comes before Havdalah. So Ner and Havdalah. And then Kiddush comes at the end. First we have to say goodbye to Shabbos. The king is leaving. And now we're going to welcome the Duke. That's that. Next. Rabba Omar on top of Kuf Gimel Amud Aleph. Yahanek. Oh, hold on. I forgot. It's just very important. We got to do this. This is mamish. Woo. What are you saying, Judah? I didn't hear. Okay, fine. Say there. Shkoyach. Yayin. I just moved it out of frame. This way. Yayin. Havdalah. Havdalah. Ner Kiddush. What's going on over here? Oh. Yayin comes first, Tadir. Havdalah, because we are going to say goodbye to Shabbos first. And then Ner and Kiddush, because we have to break up Havdalah and Kiddush. They can't be together, so we're breaking them up. V'levi Omar Konya. Now, this is, okay. So now we're going back that Kiddush comes first. It's better to welcome the new Kedusha. You don't want to throw out Shabbos so quickly. It looks like it's a masui. And then there, yeah. We're on Levi right now. Levi. No, where's it? No, wine is not yet. Wine is over here, and Abdullah. Now, what's going on here? You look inside, I'll do this. All right, we are back. So we have Kiddush. Kiddush comes first. We welcome Yontif. Ner, Yayin, Abdullah. Now, why is Yayin over here? All right. Now, Yayin is very important because Havdalah, Rabbi Yisai, Havdalah must be done on wine. Unlike Kiddush you can do on bread. So I want to show that the wine is part of the Havdalah and not so much part of the Kiddush. In other words, I'm bringing it closer over here, even though it's Tadir and it should be in the front, because I want to show that it's together with Havdalah, I'm bringing it to Havdalah. Now, Rabbi Yisai, something very important is happening. I'm getting rid of this. I'm bringing a chash of a battle here. There's only two people that are laughing. It's because they gave this to me as a shalachmanis. It's a beautiful battle. It's 500-600 shekel. I don't know. I didn't even look. I know it's an expensive battle. Fine. They got it for 200, and now I think it's a 500-600 shekel battle. It's very expensive. Beautiful battle. And that we're going to use for the second part. The other thing we could do is, because we're doing that, it's very important. No. A new Kiddush cup. This I got for my wife for my Siyum Shas, my first Siyum Shas, so it's very, very chashuv.
Your wife makes Kiddush in your house?
I'll tell you what my wife does soon. We're going to get there.
Does she drink the wine from Abdallah?
She actually drinks most of the wine. She's into the... We're not going to repeat. All right. Yeah, you're in charge of this, Hillel. Is there a machlokes here, Hillel?
It's a good question.
Okay. Kina is Kiddush, Yayin, Oy vey, it's dripping all over the chashav. I knew I should have brought a plate. Okay, let's do this. Fine. Yeah.
Is this your $1 plate?
Yes. You're welcome to come see. Arikino. What's going on here? So we got Kiddush. Yayin, because we want the wine to be associated with Havdalah. And, but this is the Seder of Havdalah. In regular Shabbos, how do we do regular Shabbos? We do Yayin, Ner, Havdalah. So now we have the Seder, the normal Seder going on. Great. Marto Mar Mishmei Rabbi Yeshua Nihak. Wow. Okay, so that goes like this. Nihak. What comes after Ner? Kid. Oh, I skipped. Oh, Nikia. Ner. Oh, yeah, I don't want this to fall. Ner, Kiddush. I'm explaining as we go on. Nikia. Ner. Because look, at the end of the day, the Ner is not associated really with Havdalah. You could do a Ner, Thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu for the candle, for the light that He gave us. Nothing to do really. And what are you bumping into first? You're bumping into Hashem's light. Hashem created light, fire on Motzei Shabbos, so we say Ner. Kiddush, that goes back to the Machlokes. Do we do Havdalah first or Kiddush? Kiddush comes first because I'm bringing in, we're not talking about wine, we're talking about Kiddush. I'm bringing in Yontif. And then Yayin goes for the Havdalah. So Havdalah stays there, that's great. Marta Omar Shmei Rabbi Yeshua Nihak. Ner, Yayin. Where am I? Oh, Havdalah. Ner, Havdalah. Yeah, Ner Yayin. Ner Yayin. Havdalah, Kiddush. Okay. What's going on here? The Yayin goes, first of all, he says Havdalah goes before Kiddush. That's number one. This is the main machlokes, right? We have to say goodbye to the king before we say hello to the duke. So Havdalah comes first. And the Yayin, we want the wine to be closer to here. We can't separate them. So in Mela, the wine has to be part of Kiddush, part of Havdalah, so we put the wine here. And there is by itself, like we said before. Shalach le'avu de Shmuel l'Rebbe. Yilamdeinu Rabbeinu Seder Havdalah Seheich. I don't know what's going on. I have all these shitas. I have 7 shitas. Which one should I pick? Guess what he told them? Shalach le'kachom Rabbi Shmuel bar Rabbi Yosi. Shomar mishum Oviv. I love this, and these dapim is great. Sha'omar mishum Oviv. Sha'omar mishum Rabbi Yeshua ben Chananya. Nihik. I don't know if you're going to get to it. Ner. Havdalah. Yayin, Kiddush. So again, we got to separate the Havdalah from the wine, from the Kiddush. We want to separate them, and we want the wine. The wine is more important to be with. No, that doesn't work. No. No, it's more important for the wine to be with Havdalah. So yeah. So we want, maybe the pshat is we want the wine to be together with both. There should be wine for Havdalah and wine for Kiddush. If you put the wine over here, it's far away from the Kiddush. If you put it over here, you get wine for both. You yoitza both things. And the Ner, like we explained before, Ner is on its own.
The yayin was niskan on both of them. That's why you want to put in between.
Well, yeah, no. The yayin is more for Havdalah, but obviously you have to, if you don't have bread, you do yayin. So mainly you do it in between. Yeah. Okay. Omar Reb Chanina, what? Ner Shabbos. No, you want to say on a new thing. Oh, are we done here? Not really. Well, Ner is the first one. We don't care about Ner. Ner is by itself. The king is leaving, and the duke is coming in. So think about it. In real life, if a king is leaving, what would you do? Where would you go? Shalom Aleichem. The Bar Mitzvah boy is here. I didn't realize. So you have to go with the king. And the Parkas will be second. So Mamela, I do Havdalah first and Kiddush second. My habit. Okay, so that's that. Now I have a very chashuv zach to show everybody. This is what you do shots with, right? You have, I don't know if you're familiar. I don't. You know what I do with this? That's what I do with it. Fine. That's not. Forget I'll show you. So, when you're being moitzi somebody, every Motzei Shabbos. No, because this lasted me for 6 years. I got that from Yedidya. Oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't watch this. I may take it back. Okay, anyway. Anyway, it's a mess. Fine. When you're moitzi somebody, you should be sitting. You should be sitting. What does the Olam do here during Havdalah? They stand or they sit? Does anybody sit here in this room? You sit? Oh, there's a bunch of people that sit. Very good. The Mechaber says you should sit by Havdalah because you're being moitzi other people. That's what it says in Shulchan Aruch. The Ramah, however, says that since we just mentioned that Havdalah is to say goodbye to the king, when you say goodbye to the king, nobody sits when you say goodbye to the king, you stand. And that's why the big minhag is to stand. I actually sit because the Gra sat. And Memela, that's that. All right, Zok Tehillim Gemara. Yeah. Omar Abayo. Now think about it. Look at this. You see this top shita? This is Rav. Yud Kof Nun Hey. What does that sound like? Yak Nahaz. So Abaye and Rava go with Rav, and they say Yak Neh. But if it's the first day of Yontev, you should stick in Zman. You should stick in Shechianu. So Abaye Omar Yak Zina. I messed this up yesterday. I think I forgot something over there. The Zman maybe. Yain Kiddush Zman Ner Havdalah. We're very familiar with Rava. Yak Nahaz. Why? Because in fact, that's the halacha. Yain Kiddush. So what do? We say Shalom Aleichem to the new Yontif. And only afterwards we say goodbye to Shabbos, not like the mashal of a king and the duke. So Havdalah is almost at the end. What's the svar of what? Of Zman at the end? We're going to see in a second. Says the Gemara, Abaye Omar Yak Zina, V'Rava Omar Yak Nahaz, V'Hilchasa Kirava. So, what's the whole machlokes? Where do you put Shechianu? So, it's very simple. On a regular Yontif, if you don't have Motzei Shabbos, what do? You say Kiddush, and at the end of Kiddush, you say Shechianu. So Shechianu goes after Kiddush. But there's two ways of looking at it. Shechianu, you could say, according to Rava, Shechianu goes at the end. Not after Kiddush, at the end. It happens to be, there's nothing else there, so it's at the end. So Mela, when you have other stuff, you put Shechianu at the end. Abaye says no. Shechianu comes after Kiddush, so it remains after Kiddush. It's not at the end, it's after Kiddush. Yain, Kiddush, Shechianu. Then you add the other stuff afterwards. But Rava says no. On a regular Yontif, this is the end. Shechianu is the end. So put it at the end. Abaye says it's not the end. There's just nothing else there, but it happens to be. It comes after Kiddush. That is this far. You hear, Mendy? Yeah. It's better? Okay. Rav Oner Bar Yehuda Ikla Lebe.
Shechianu doesn't have to be done on the wine. That's why he said it.
Right. Shechianu, as the Rashbam says, you just say it in your house, whatever you do. Right. Nothing to do with Kiddush. We could get rid of this?
No, open it.
Not that bottle, my friend. Not that bottle.
If you love this, you'd open it.
If you love me, you wouldn't drink it. We're in the middle of shir here. We're in the middle of learning Torah. Ravuda Bar Yehuda Ikla Lebe Rava. Isaac Hamayim Morib Samim. When Avi and Noam come over, we'll have a shtick of wine. Isaac Hamayim Morib Samim. What do we do on Motzei Shabbos, Rabbi Yisai? How do we do? What do we do first? Psamim or Bar Moriyesh? Psamim. So they brought the Bar Moriyesh and Psamim. Baruch Rav Absamim Bereisha, first he made a bracha on Absamim, v'hodar amar, and afterwards on the light. Amalei, v'bein beishamu, bein beisilo, ma'or Bereisha, v'hodar Absamim. What are you doing, Rava? Everybody agrees when there's machlok b'sham yisrael, and they both say the same thing. So what are you doing? They both say the first comes the candle, then comes some. Umahi, where do you see this? This nan, it says in the Mishnah b'sham yoimrim neru mazayin. If a person was eating shal shudas, and he realized he only has 1 cup of wine, and he has to do it, he has to use it for birkas hamazon like we had yesterday, and he has to use it for avdallah, what should he do? He should do all of them in one shot. Do your birkas hamazon and avdallah in one shot. So what's the seder advarim? Ner, first comes candle. So what are you saying b'samim first? Ner umazayin b'samim v'avdallah. Only afterwards the b'samim. Ubeis what's first? Ner. First comes the candle. B'samim umazayin v'avdallah. So you're all wondering, so why do we do b'samim first? That's the next line. On a Rav Bas Reva Omar says, Rav, I'll tell you. Zu Divrei Meir. Look at that Mishnah. The Mishnah is anonymous. So the explanation in the Mishnah is based on an anonymous Tana. Who's the Mr. Anonymous in all Mishnahs? Rabbi Meir. Who's the Tana, not Mr. But Rabbi Yehuda, who I'm passing like, says that the machlokes between Bisham Yisrael is on something else. There's no machlokes. The first you say Birkas HaMazon, and then you do Havdalah. Why? So this is the concept of Eimar Vir and Ala Mitzvahs. And there's a whole discussion. Fine. We're not going to go into it. First mitzvah that by you're finishing up to eat. You had to eat first. You finished eating. So that's the first mitzvah. Do the first mitzvah, say Birkas HaMazon. What comes first? The light or the can or the psamim? And the minig is not just a minig. This is like a real minig, it became a takana. So the way Rabbi Yehuda explains machlokes in Beis Shammai B'Sila, and we pass like B'Sila, that psamim comes before ner, and that's why we today do psamim before ner. Rabbi Yaakov bar Abba ikla lebeirava. So we're going to have a whole sugya about Rabbi Yaakov bar Abba. He was at Rava's house. He had a schus. Imagine you get to be by the Gadol house. You see all these interesting stuff. So he asks him 3 questions about his minhagim. What's going on here? Chazi the baruch boy priya gefen akos the He's there for the whole Shabbos, it seems like. So he sees Rava making a bracha boy priya gefen right in the beginning of the meal, like we do. And then afterwards he made another boy priya gefen on birkas hamazon. Rebbe, why are you saying 2 brachas? You already made a bracha by Priya Gofen. That's what we do, right? We make another bracha by Priya Gofen. I saw this by the Reish Galus. I don't ask any kashas. Very good. Of course you saw this at the Reish Galus. It's different. The Reish Galus' house and your own private house. This Savik Maisalon, Savik Maisalon. You have no idea if he's going to offer you another cup of wine. So when you made a bracha on 1 cup, you made it on 1 cup, and then afterwards, that's it. You Mesiach das. They brought you another cup. Now you have to make another bracha. That's what we discussed yesterday, right? If you don't know that you're going to have another cup, so that's it. You Mesiach das. You see the Birkas Hamazon. You see what's going on. You know that there's going to be another cup of wine. It's your house. So 1 bracha should be enough. Let's remember this line over here. Talmidei the Rav, because we're going to have it again. Talmidei the Rav says they say you should make another bracha. The Rav Broin of Rav Chananel Talmidei Rav Abu. The Talmidim of Rav was sitting in a Suuda, Daf Yomi and Beis, sponsored by Eli Stefansky and Brocha vehatzlacha for all the MDY team and those who want to be in the MDY team and those who umgesetzt, they used to be on the MDY and they got kicked off in the MDY team. In their everyday lives, another guy that's umgesetzt. I had 3 guys on this table that came to me b'tainis this morning. That why am I not mentioning their name? They're part of the team. I'm not going to mention anybody's names, but Menachem Ateh, they heard your voice.
I didn't complain. I'm happy about it.
Oh, you're happy? Wow, he's happy. No, he's saying because I used to drop off and I say, by the way, I'm flying tomorrow to America. You have to say shir.
Second sponsor, you missed it.
I'm not missing anything. Sponsored for Refuah shelayma for all Chol Yisrael, especially for our NDY family, and especially this young 8-year-old girl who has a heart tumor right above her heart. Please consider joining the MDY Tehillim group, tehillim.8mindaf.com. What's her name? Malko bas Sheva bas Tamima le Refuah shelayma. The mishpacha should have, they should be able to come down to earth. It's very, very difficult when you have a kid like that in the hospital. It's unbelievable. All right. Zog the Gemara. I know, it's OU user's granddaughter. He sponsored a share for her a while back, like 2 weeks ago, no? What's his name again? Mati Grumber. Mati Grumber's his granddaughter. Unbelievable. Oh, Zog the Gemara. Sorry. Omalei. Koya alai Rav Yeva Saba. Rav Yeva Saba was the mishamish. He was the waiter. Omalei Havlon v'nivarach. Like we say, Rabbi Sai nivarech. So first he said, let's bench. As soon as he said, let's bench, you lock it up. And then he said, let's drink. You're not allowed to drink anymore. So what happens today, and it happens all the time in a meal, you don't have to say Rabbi Sai Nevarech. All you need to say is, let's finish up. The meal's over. Let's go. It's time to go to sleep, take a nap. That's it. So you lock up the meal, basically. Then you say, you know what? Let's have some desserts. I just saw, I forgot what it says. You remember what it said, Levi? Somebody said, I saw yesterday that somebody was saying that when it comes, and you were asking me, what about my wife? When it comes to these things, the wife is in charge. She's the balabas. Because a person is soymich das on his wife, and also she says, well, what are you benching? This dessert. You know, it happens all the time. She's in charge. So you soymich das on the wife, bring out dessert, fine. But that's that. I have a different, whatever. I'm not going to go there. Fine. No, my son, Yosef, is asking a kasha. Yosef is saying, who says that he's masking to that? But he just reminded me, my son came home the other day, he said, I was playing basketball with the guy that looks just like you. He's a tough guy. He's mamish. I'm a little kid, I'm 4 years old. He's rebounding over me and he's dunking on this 9-foot basket. And I said, that's Yosef. That's Yosef. Yosef is a tough guy. That's why he asked the child, it all goes together. Fine. Anyway, Zog the Gemara. Thanks for inviting me to that game, by the way. Zog the Gemara. So, the Rashi and Rashbam both here say that once he says, Rabbi Sai Nevarech, it's also for him to eat and drink. And if he wants to eat and drink, he has to make another bracha. He makes another bracha, but he only has to make one birkas hamazon on everything. The Shulchan Aruch says, paskins, that you have to make a bracha rishayna, and any kind of hesach hadas, anytime you decide that that's it, you're done, or you do some, I don't know what, you do something that breaks it up, you have to make another bracha. The Mishabura says that you don't have to say the meal's over. As long as in your head, you think, I can't wait until these guests go, let's finish up this meal. That in your head stops the meal. Says Rabbi Yashiv, I love this one. Rabbi Yashiv says that we don't have enough das in our days to make a hezech hadas. I'm not kidding, that's what he says. Bizman hazeh, we don't have enough das to be goymer das, the meal is over. We're so wishy-washy, this comes in, let's eat another thing, let's eat another piece of cake, like that. Noam is saying 100%, he mamish understands it. Talk for yourself, my friend. He threw everybody under the bus like that. All right, Zog the Gemara. I'm richtig, he says. The one word he knows in Yiddish. Ravashi, Haviyas Besuda. 3 Amoraim sitting in a Suda. Amemar, Marzutra, and Ravashi. V'koya layu, again, there was a waiter there. His name was Ravacha Berei de Rava, the son of Rava. Not a Pashta Yid. Amemar, Baruch HaKol Kosev Kosev. This guy's head was spinning. He didn't have the 8 shitas, but he has 3 shitas right in front of him. Mamish, halacha l'maisa, maisa rav, in front of him. Amemar made a bracha on every time he drank a cup of wine in the middle of the meal, he's making a bracha. Now, the Rashbam says they're talking about a weekday. We're not even talking about a Shabbos. Stam. A dinner, Tuesday night dinner, the drinking. Bar Bria Gofen. Nachamot. 5 minutes later, Bar Bria Gofen. Marzutra Baruch HaKosa Kama Vakosa Basra. Marzutra did something in between. He made a bracha in the beginning, and then he made a bracha by Birkas Hamazon. Ravashi Baruch HaKosa Kama Vesuloi Beirach. He only made one bracha, something like we would do probably. I'm lost here. I don't know what to do. What should I do? Every cup, 1 cup, or once in the beginning, one in the end. The problem that I have was that I was Mesiach Das. I didn't realize I'm going to drink. If you know that you're going to drink 5 cups, you make 1 bracha. I personally, in my mind, I thought I was only going to drink 1. And all of a sudden I got thirsty again. Mar Zutra Mar Ano da Avdi Katamida de Rav. So remember, Tamida de Rav, once you say Havlim v'nevarach, that's it. So you have to make another bracha. Rabbi Sayin Nevarech. Rashi Omar, Lesach is a Katamida de Rav. I don't hold like them. 1 bracha is enough. And I'll prove it to you. The Yontif Shechal Yisach Shabbos, does this sound familiar? Yontif. This year, Pesach. The first night of Seder is Motzei Shabbos. Shiloh, I have a question for you. What's the Seder of Havdalah this year? What are you thinking? You have 8 options. These 8 options. The Yontif Shechal Yisach Shabbos, V'amarav, and what does Rav say? Tap Shita. Yaknel. Yayin Kiddush. Ner Avdallah. What do you see from here? There's only 1 yayin, right over here. 1 yayin. There should have been another one for Avdallah. Says the Gemara V'lai, that's not a great raya. The fact that he only made 1 cup of wine. Over here, he's holding in one process of making the brachas, so it's not like a Birkas Hamazon where you're stopping. You're making a hard stop by Birkas Hamazon, you're benching, you're saying that's it, the suit is over. Now you have to make another bracha, but over here, you're doing 1 kiddush. 1 kiddushos, I should say. So now we're continuing the story with Rava. And who was it? Rav Yaakov bar Abba. Rav Yaakov bar Abba. Kam Shamai Shamei v'idlik avuka. So Rav Shamish came and he lit a torch, mishraga, from a candle. Now what's a torch? Torch has, like we know, has 2, like not my lousy thing here. Let's see if you can find it here. Kids, there's somewhere in between, somewhere in here, there's two things here. Okay, whatever. Now, what's the point of an avuka? Avuka has the three colors: red, yellow, and white. Because you have a lot of things going on, it gives more different colors. If you have 1 little candle, it could be 1 color, like a white or a red. You don't really have all 3. That's what they say. That's how they masber that that's a better light. It's more, it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu made the fire, it shows more. What? Ma'oirei is plural, very good. Ma'oirei is plural, the different colors in the fire. Why are you being matriach yourself as Rabbi Yaakov bar Abba? Why? What's wrong? Haman chashraga, you have a candle, just do bar miresh on that. It seems like Rava was avoiding the question. The Shamish did it. Now, I saw some explain, the Mordechai actually has a whole, that Rava misunderstood his question, is deeper. Some want to say that he wanted to give him he wanted to get him into it, give him the schus of going on. Fine. If you're Shamish, I don't buy it, that the Shamish is doing it on his own. What? He's in the Gadol Adar's house and he's starting to make big flames and stuff. He obviously heard something from you. Lehav Ovid. You're right. It's better to do with an avuka, with two wicks, because of the red, white, and yellow. So we're very familiar with this. In Havdalah we have 7 nafkaminas. Ben kodesh l'chol, ben or l'choshech, ben shelayma. What did Rava say? Hamav ben kodesh l'chol, ben or l'choshech, ben Yisrael amim, ben yom shelayma me'amasa. Why do you need to say 4? Rebbe only said 1. It shouldn't be less than 3 and not more than 7. You did 4. What's going on with you? You should be exact. 3 or 7. They explain why. It's very exact numbers. One of the 4 is exactly what we're saying in the final bracha. By the way, just real quickly, it's 8 o'clock. Could you do boirer me'orer eish on a light bulb? Well, it depends. A fluorescent, for sure not. An incandescent bulb. Some say, why not? It's light. This is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu created. Some say not. But in Eretz Yisrael, people should be machmer not to. I think they're machmer anyways, because it's usually created through Chilul Shabbos, and you're not allowed to make a Brocha, a Moira Eish, on something that was created from Chilul Shabbos. Not really? Okay, not really. Menachem Atel doesn't agree. Have a wonderful day. If it's a Chilul Shabbos. If it's a Chilul Shabbos. You can't make a Brocha on it. Huh? Nachman. Go. Shir HaMa'alois Ma'agim Yitzchak Adonai. I said Mechasim.
Should finish over here. Now you have to start from here.
I have to start back. We'll start. We'll do another Amud tomorrow.
Turn off the light and then turn it on again.
Yeah. Probably. Well, it's not so much from the Gemara. The Gemara says just do it on the candle. You have a candle. It doesn't say you should turn the candle off. Oh, hold on.
If you have a new, it's like you're lighting it.
Hey, have a great day, Akiva. Great day, guys. Shalom Avrocha Rabbi Isai.
Why when they're giving the reasons that it should be either one way or the other, they kind of say those as a priori. What is the reason that one says that it has to be separated one from the other, or has to be in a certain order? I don't understand. It doesn't sound like the Gemara is giving a reason why.
Which one? Are you asking a particular one or in general?
No, on any of them.
It's not nice to put, so to speak, to put two kedushas together. You're like trying to get rid of the kedushas, one after another. So you break it up. You put another bracha in there. Then the big question is, which kedusha comes first? Should I say goodbye to Shabbos or should I say hello to Yontif? That's the major question. What?
The minute the switch of the candle.
What's the minhag?
What happened to the rabbit's hand?
I don't hear so well.
The minhag is the switch of the candle from Avdola with the wine.
Yeah, you dip it into the wine.
The minhag is to dip it into wine. Yeah, I know.
And then you smell the candle. You say, Zech Yitoris Moshe.
I used to put the wine in my pocket.
Take care. Have a great day.
Rabbi Eli puts the Abdullah candle out, but it has a l'chaim. It's a way better minute.
No. You pour the kois into your pocket. Because it's panusa.
Yeah, panusa. What did he
I
say?
have a white shirt today. I was trying to make a good impression. I got the clothes already.
What happened today? I promise don't hear. It's too much noise there.
I put on a white shirt to make a good impression for us, but then in the middle of the year I started getting text messages. No, I can't do it. That's it. They all turned us.
Well, MDY makes people go up for there.
I want you to talk to Avi Mandelbaum about making a good impression. Where is he? Where is he today?
Eli, I have an old line that you're not the Baal boss, you're the Baal HaBoss. You're the Baal of the boss.
Oh, the Baal of the boss.